watching Right to Be Heard Town Hall Season 2 Election Special. We've got Professor Yogendra Yadav with us. Lots of questions still to go. We've got Sai from Business Today with a question on economics.
Good morning, Mr. Yadav. Thousands of students are studying for their exams right now. And at this juncture, there is a threat that you are pulling the plug on power distribution companies, cancelling their licenses. Are you not creating a fear psychosis among Aadmi?
Who's playing tricks? I thought you should have been asking this question to Reliance company, that a company at this crucial time, a company simply says, I will buy electricity, but I will not pay up. I thought all of you were into saying there are no free lunches. So please tell Mr. Anil Ambani, there are no free lunches. What is he doing? Who is he playing with? I think your question is very good. It's just that you're asking the wrong person.
My second question, supplementary. You always try to project yourself as heroes. Are you not painting the Tatas, Ambanis, who have created thousands of jobs, spent millions of rupees in creating employment for many people? Are you not painting them as villains? Is this right?
I'm not. I'm just telling you in this instance. In this instance, Delhi has three companies. The Tata company has actually paid all its dues on time and is happily supplying to consumers. We salute them. The Ambani companies are not paying for the electricity that they have bought from somewhere else. We don't come into the picture. They buy electricity, do not pay, run into crisis, turn to us and say, please rescue. What kind of economics is this? I thought your economics would tell me that this is silly.
But do you
and to say this, that this is what Mr. Ambani's company is doing, is making a villain out of a great man. I mean, please, let's have common standards.
Do you think that the government regulator, which you're saying you might consider appointing, would do a better job than what these private companies are doing?
Sorry, there is already a regulator. We are not thinking of appointing a regulator.
You're saying there'll be a government administrator. The threat is, and Kejriwal said this to us in an interview, if the Ambanis leave, if the Tatas leave, so be it, the government will take over. Do you think the government will do a better job?
If someone says, I will buy electricity, not pay them, and as a result hold the whole of Delhi hostage, what is the job of the government? To say, all right, if this is the threat, we are willing to take it up. We are not saying this is a better arrangement. We did not say this is what we want. But if someone blackmails you, what would you do, Rahul? I would normally say, all right, I'll take you on.
So moving on to the national level, Professor Yadav, you've opposed FDI in retail, and that is perhaps the one sector that is crying for big-ticket investments, which Indians don't necessarily have that kind of capital. Explain the rationale to us. You talk about creating jobs, just as it flies against that logic.
We took this decision as of now only for Delhi, because looking at Delhi's situation, looking at the evidence that was presented to us, and this was part of our manifesto, we realized that the real damages to small-time retailers is heavier than the imagined or presumed benefits which might come to farmers or consumers. Delhi has no farmers to speak of. There are very few. So that is how we weighed it. How it would weigh out in other parts of the country is something about which we still have an open mind. We have not declared we oppose FDI. We have not declared we oppose FDI in retail all over the country. We have taken one specific policy measure. Unfortunately, too much is being read into one or two specific decisions that we have taken in Delhi's context.
But it also kind of is in line with what Mr. Kejriwal's thinking in his book has been, in the Swaraj book, where he talks about self-governance, not so much foreign kind of dependency, etc. So there is a genuine concern out there that...
I think there's sheer misunderstanding about these things. The trouble is that ideas which appear so unfamiliar to us, we end up clubbing too many things under that. There is and in India, for us to confuse these ideas is rather strange, because there's a very long legacy. There's a Gandhian legacy behind these things. The idea of self-governance, of Swaraj, and that to have something to do with FDI in retail, these are two somewhat separate things. We have repeatedly said, all kinds of things have been read into it, because the trouble is that we must look at the world through spectacles of left, right, pro-liberalizers, pro-market, anti-market. We have simply said we are agnostic. Our ultimate goal is absolutely clear. The Aam Aadmi, the last person in the country, is our goal.